Did Light and L shower together? Today is most likely the very first time you've ever put those words together, let alone wondered about the answer to this extremely integral question of life. But there's no need to worry, because I'm here to provide you with the absolute truth about this complicated question. Now, as the thumbnail suggests, we need to talk about the Yotsuba arc where Light loses his memories. During that time, L suggested for the two of them to be chained together, so that Light would never get the opportunity to pull anything off, in the slight chance that he prepared a plan. Sadly, Ohba decided that only one line should suffice for the amount of information we get regarding Yotsuba Light and L's daily routine, meaning that we're on our own when it comes to theorizing for a particular answer. This is where my Japanese blood comes in useful. Accounting for the Japanese perspective on showering together is also important, as it's completely different from the Western perspective on this idea. It's not completely uncommon if we were to say for men to bathe together, given we see this multiple times for both genders in onsens, and it is deeply ingrained within their culture. So saying that the idea of two men showering together would be seen in the same way Westerns see it would be an unsound claim. But this context is extremely useless in our scenario, considering we have to account for the very strange and unique method by which L cleans himself that changes the picture entirely. Unexpectedly for some of you, L does not wash himself via a shower or any normal way, but rather by using a washing machine that was constructed by Watari, made specifically for a human to be able to wash himself in it comfortably, given L. Because of this problem, the prior mention of Japanese perspective is completely torn apart, since obviously there doesn't exist any culture regarding two people sharing a space like a washing machine. There's also the part that I must mention about L having to get dressed up by Watari after he's done cleaning himself, and the fact that L is a clean freak, so the possibility of L just not showering at all despite how homeless he looks at times is not above zero. Not to mention that they were chained for more than a month straight. But let me just be real for a second. I know some of you haven't showered for like 3 days straight if you're watching this video, but don't click off. Shower after watching this video. L made the choice for the two of them to be chained together on logic as well as formality, rather than any personal desire, as he believed Light could be a danger if not under observation. Light begrudgingly understood that and even accepted L's presence during his dates with Misa. So the question ultimately becomes, is there a way for L to clean himself using the washing machine while Light is sitting outside waiting? The answer should be no, given that if the chain is still intact, then the washing machine door would obviously not be fully closed, and the fact that Light would also be spinning around because of L would force the door open anyways because of the chain, meaning that we're logically only left with two options at all. Either L was forced to abandon his washing machine and then presumably adopt a normal shower, which could work fine, and mean that the both of them shower together. Or the possibility that since Light and Misa do have a room assigned to each other, L might have unchained himself with Light for very short periods of time, so that they could maintain basic hygiene. But given that L never had any respect for Light's privacy in this manner, that is still very flimsy. Now, you might presume that that's all we can theorize about this situation and that there's no more information that could possibly relate to this. If you thought that, then you'd be absolutely wrong. Although it's not a piece of information from either the manga or the anime of Death Note, it's still a piece of information from unofficial Death Note material. In the 2015 J-drama adaptation of Death Note, we actually do get to witness a scene of Light and L showering together quite literally in a normal looking shower, where they talk about each other and expose the other. While it is important to acknowledge that yes, it is a different media as well as a different story, it still gives us any hints towards the idea that L and Light will not be so adverse towards showering with each other, given that the two do so here without any problem, even if the characters are slightly different in this adaptation. With this brilliant, never before seen insight, even if we can't certainly claim without a doubt that these two did shower together, it is still the more likely interpretation when we put the two together with respect to their characters. The answer to the question of this video is yes. Light and L did shower together. Probably. I'm never doing this again. Sub up, like, join Discord. Bye.